Now we come to the hemisection of the spinal cord, Brown-Sequard syndrome. This is a lesion that involves the lateral half of the spinal cord. In this lesion, autonomic functions are normal. Causes of hemisection of the spinal cord may be injury by a gun or a knife or a tumor, or occlusion of the vessel. Functional changes can be discussed on the basis of changes below the level, at the level, and above the level. Now, if we will discuss the changes below the level of the hemisection. See, here we can see the spinal cord diagram, TS of the spinal cord. Here we can see that this is dorsal column tracts, this is dorsal column tract, this is dorsal spinocerebellar tract, this is ventral spinocerebellar tract, this is lateral spinothalamic tract, and this is anterior spinothalamic tract. If the spinal cord is cut half, that is hemisection, so this will lead to loss of see. The dorsal column tract fibers does not cross; they move in the same segment above. But fibers of lateral spinothalamic tract, they cross to the opposite side. From here, they cross to the opposite side, then move upward. They cross in the same segment or one segment above. So we can see on the same side, sensory changes are see if there is a damage to the dorsal column tract, this tract does not cross, remains on the same side in the spinal cord. Sensation loss are fine touch, tactile localization, tactile discrimination, vibration sense, and kinesthetic sensations such as sense of movement and sense of position. Spinothalamic tract lateral and anterior remain unaffected as these fibers crosses to the opposite side immediately. So the sensation of pain, temperature, and tooth touch remains unaffected. Here we can see that this is dorsal column tract. The fibers from here move upward on the same side. These fibers do not cross. If there is a hemisection, so this tract is damaged, and this will lead to the loss of fine touch, tactile localization, tactile discrimination, touch, sense of position, sense of vibration. These are functions or sensation carried by dorsal column. But lateral spinothalamic tract fibers, they go from the naked nerve endings into the dorsal horn, and the fibers they cross to the opposite side and then move upwards. So the dorsal, so the lateral spinothalamic tract fibers, they are safe on because the fibers cross. So there is a persistence of pain and temperature because the fibers they cross. See, spinothalamic tract remains unaffected if the fibers crosses to the opposite side. The sensation of pain, temperature, and food touch remains unaffected on the same side. The motor changes are due to damage of cross-pyramidal tract, extensive paralysis of upper motor neuron type upper. See, here we can see that this is heavy section of the spinal cord. The site of lesion can be see. This is heavy section. Half of the spinal cord involved, and here we can see these are cross-pyramidal tract fibers coming from above, and these are direct pyramidal fibers. So if any hemisection occurs, so there is a excessive motor loss. Excessive motor loss. So due to damage of the cross-pyramidal tract, excessive paralysis of upper motor neuron occurs. And due to damage to the descending fibers of vasomotor center, temporary loss of vasomotor tone occurs, leading to dilatation of the blood vessels. On the opposite side, see opposite side sensory changes. This risk on the opposite side due to damage of the spinothalamic tract that that comes from the opposite side. There is a complete loss of pain, temperature, and crude touch. This is changes on the in the opposite side. And due to escape of dorsal column, see dorsal column they remain on the same side. So fine touch, tactile localization, textile discrimination persists. Anesthetic sensation persists. A motor changes is here we can see the see on the opposite side, dorsal column tract persists are safe. So there is a fine touch, tactile localization, tactile discrimination, sense of position, sense of vibration, sensations are safe. But as the fibers crosses spinothalamic tract, there is a loss of pain and temperature and fluid touch because these fibers of lateral spinothalamic tract and ventral spinothalamic tract they cross from the opposite side. So opposite side, there is a loss of pain, temperature, fluid touch, but motor fibers are safe. So you can see the motor changes due to damage on the opposite side. There is no paralysis because as the all the fibers of cross pyramidal tract 85% remains intact, and some of the fibers of the uncrossed pyramidal tract 59% are damaged. So there will be either no paralysis or little paralysis or paralysis of few muscles. So we can discuss that the below the level of the lesion on the same side, below the level of the lesion on the same side, there is an extensive motor loss but little sensory loss. But on the opposite side, there is extensive sensory loss but little motor loss. This phenomenon is called as Brown-Sequard syndrome. Now, changes at the level of the hemisection, there is not much to be say. We can say on the same side, sensory changes is complete anesthesia at the level of the hemisection. There is complete anesthesia because there can be a damage to the posterior nerve root, posterior horn, and spinothalamic fibers which cross to the opposite side. So there is complete anesthesia, and as there is a damage to the anterior horn, the motor changes that will show complete lower motor neuron type of paralysis. Lower neuron type of paralysis can be seen due to destruction of anterior horn. On the opposite side, sensory changes, there is a damage to the fibers and spinothalamic tract causes that cross horizontally in the same segment. See, as is, we know that the spinothalamic fibers, the spinothalamic tract fibers, they cross to the opposite side in the same segment or one segment above. So the fibers which crosses in the same segment may cause some loss of pain, but motor changes is nil or very slight due to some of the pyramidal tracts of the same side. So there is slight or nil motor changes on the at the level of hemisection, and now changes about the level of hemisection on the same side hyperesthesia or opposite side there is hyperesthesia, and this can be due to irritation of the cut ends of the damaged nerve. So changes about the this is the changes about the level of hemisection. Brown-Sequard syndrome is a changes at the we can see the changes below the level of the hemisection in which there is a damage to the dorsal column on the same side. This if we have got a hemisection, so fibers on the same side is involved is dorsal column tract, which leads to Because these fibers do not cross, they lead to the loss of fine touch, tactile localization, tactile discrimination, and as the fibers of lateral and anterior spinothalamic tract fibers they cross to the opposite side, so the pain, temperature, and tooth touch of this on the same side remains intact. And and in case of motor thing on the same side, there's a pyramidal tract that is damaged, cross pyramidal tract that is damaged. See here, this is damaged, this is cut. So this will lead to extensive motor loss, and the motor loss will be of the pyramidal fibers cut. Then there is a loss of upper. There is a paralysis lesion will be upper motor neuron type of paralysis can be seen. All the features of upper motor neuron can be seen. So there is an extensive motor loss on the same side, but on the opposite side, on the opposite side, the dorsal column tract on the opposite side, dorsal column tract persists. So there is a persistent the sensation of fine touch, tactile localization, tactile discrimination, they remains intact. And pain is pain fibers are lost because they comes from the opposite side. They are lost. So there is a loss of pain, temperature, and tooth touch. And as we see, the pyramidal fibers are unaffected. So this motor paralysis will begin, but on the opposite side, sensitive loss will be more. So here we can see discussed below the level of lesion on the same side, there is extensive motor loss, but little sensory loss. On the opposite side, there is excessive sensory loss, but little motor loss. This phenomenon is called as Brown-Sequard syndrome.